The thought occurs that since we just mentioned repetition as a rhetorical excellence, it is only fair to warn against another kind of repetition as an oratorical pitfall. By this, I mean returning again and again to a favorite topic. There is a threadbare tale about the father of a family who had the pious custom of asking God's blessing on the evening meal. This night he duly looked up and said, "Bless us, O Lord, and these thy gifts which we are about to receive." And then he looked down and saw on the table a steaming platter of hash. So he looked up again and confided, "Lord, it won't be necessary." All these things have been blessed on previous occasions. How many congregations have to resign themselves to homiletic hash? They are served again and again with an all too familiar dish. So many preachers have favorite themes. To them that particular subject may be the Rock of Gibraltar, but to many in the pews it may be only well-worn gravel. It is an eyebrow-raising mystery how a magician can, out of the same silk hat, dexterously pluck scarves, pigeons, and wineglasses. But some preachers perform this wonder in reverse. Each Sunday, out of a completely different scripture, they manage to draw out the very same sermon. Someone was telling me, or did I read it in one of our trade papers? How Sunday after Sunday the people who happen to attend the junior curate's mass at a certain church are sure to hear a new, far-out interpretation of the gospel, calculated, at the very least to surprise, if not indeed to shock. At the senior curate's mass they will be assured that the only hope for the church today lies in the liturgy. At the pastor's mass the note will be struck, loud and clear, like a jingling anvil chorus for the need of money to keep the plant going. Religion may be free, but someone has to buy the bread and wine and candles and vestments and school books. If you suspect that you yourself have a favorite topic, in God's name bury it in the sacristy drawer with the soiled altar linens. Can you imagine the boredom and the bitterness of someone sitting out there Sunday after Sunday and being served the same menu, listening to the same tune, shown the same painting? One of the horrors of hell is its sameness. Who deserves that now? Is it cheeky to suggest that we keep a careful record of each Sunday's subject? When I was stationed in a Bronx parish, we had a weekly radio program, and the priest in charge insisted that each successive preacher write down in a logbook the topic he had treated that particular week. Eventually, a little transfer card arrived, nudging me to Boston, and there I followed the same prudent procedure, even though here it turned out to be a matter of the same man preaching practically every Wednesday of the year. The curious result is that I could now tell you what was the topic of my little sermon on the first Wednesday of January, 1945, or on the last Wednesday of December, 1975. At least the people were not dittoed to death. Certainly there were repetitions, but at judicious and painless intervals. So, once more to emblazon the obvious, it is automatic that an earnest preacher keep a record of the place and date of every sermon, written at the head or the foot of the manuscript. This may mean that next year you must go out after new material on that particular theme, but it will keep you on your toes, and it will keep them coming.